Thanks be to God.
Praise be to you, O Lord. He came and took her by the hand and lifted her up. Then the fever left her, and she began to serve them. This is actually a very encapsulated story of what our pattern of our Christian life. He takes us by the hand. Fever, whatever is troubling us, whatever sin is marring our way, leaves us. We are healed. And lifted her up. The word lifted her up is the same word that is used for resurrection, actually. God raised Jesus up from the tomb. We are resurrected people. And our pattern of life then is to respond by serving others, which you can see from these reports that we've had that Good Shepherd does. And we carry it out, whether it's through specific ministries or just within our homes or within our businesses. The fever leaves us, we are lifted up, resurrected, and we are sent out to serve. The theme of our meeting today is the great cloud of witnesses. I chose that theme because we are not in person. And the great cloud of witnesses is one of those New Testament terms that usually refers to those who have died. The great cloud of witnesses that surrounds us as we run the course of our life here on earth. But it's like we're a great cloud of witnesses to one another as well. And so I want to recall those who have passed away from our congregation this past year. This year we have mourned the loss of Virginia Shannon, of Gil Grady, of Betty Martin, of Del Howe, and of his wife Phyllis Howe. And we have mourned the loss of Devlin O'Connor. May they gaze upon you, O Lord, face to face, and taste the blessedness of perfect rest. And we give thanks for their life among us, and that they now surround us in God's presence. Here, I'm sorry, I've got a hair in my eye. Here, we surround one another as well, and I could just give a long, long list of thank yous. I hope that you will go in and read my letter in the annual report, but just a few I want to call out, which is the team of people who you pay to serve you. The staff here is just really has become incredibly close through this time. We speak frequently and we collaborate a lot. That would be Eric Rowe, who is here this morning. Crystal Gibbs, who is our parish administrator, who has really brought us deep into the 21st century. And she actually serves us from Crystal Springs, Colorado now, where she lives with her husband, Drew. Nicole Ortel, who is our youth and family minister, who also does most all of our social media, and who brought to us these wonderful programs for Advent and is planning a outdoor scavenger hunt for Easter. So we'll see how that happens. And then, of course, Rachel Cruz, whom you have met virtually this morning. I also want to thank Ed Pio, who records all of our services. He is a professional, and he knows what he's doing, and he's absolutely wonderful to work with. So thank you. We have a whole group of office volunteers who come in every week to make sure that things are running in person here at the office. Many of you have participated in our extensive outreach programs. I want to thank the Flower Guild. You can see these gorgeous flowers right behind me. Those are in honor of today and next Sunday, Valentine's Day and Scout Sunday. So thank you to the Flower Guild, the Altar Guild, who continues to serve, and and people who have, Debbie McFarland and Crystal and Nicole, who make sure that the community knows what we are doing, what we're about, advertises for us. This is kind of modern evangelism, right? Social media and getting the news out of all the wonderful programs we have. Art show this year was amazing because COVID hit, everything shut down mid-March, and the art show is usually already being planned by that time. They took a deep breath, chaired by Mary Ziske, took a deep breath and went completely online, and it was highly successful. We didn't earn quite as much money because the ticket sales bring in a good chunk of change, but other than that, it was just an amazing production, and so I want to give a shout out to the whole art show team. Stan Brusa did a chicken barbecue, socially distanced and very successful. And right before COVID hit last February, Cheryl Merrill led us in this wonderful Mardi Gras celebration. And so that was very fortunate because that really was an in-person gathering, and it was kind of our last hurrah, not knowing what was coming down the pike. And thank you to the vestry, who has really, really stepped up. We have all of our meetings online, which is not easy to conduct business, as many of you know who are doing that professionally. But the vestry has been just stalwart, and I want to thank especially the people who are rotating off this year. My senior warden, Alan Brandt, junior warden, Tim Knapp. Before COVID, we would meet once a month for Thai food and to hash out the business of the parish. We miss those a lot and have promised ourselves that we're going to go for Thai when we can do that again. But Alan and Tim have made a really wonderful team for me, and so I thank them. Derek Johnson is also rotating off, and I just want to thank him, who has continued to be so faithful in the midst of homeschooling for his children, trying to keep his business running, and all the other curveballs that this time has thrown at us. Okay, I also want to just leave a little bit of time here for questions and answers. If you have any questions for me, I do want to tell you that I'm looking forward. I think that we will be able to start having outdoor in-person gatherings in the spring, probably post-Easter. But I want you to know that we're not always going to simply be on Zoom, as wonderful as that is. A gift. Technology is quite a gift for us, but we will be moving to in-person gatherings as that becomes more possible late spring. Does anyone have any questions or answers? And I'm going to, hopefully Eric can see if you have your hand raised. All right. Good. So I'm going to just finish up here and turn it over to Alan. Following in the broad stream of Christian tradition, there is no formal criteria for defining saints. Holiness and faithful witness are seen and honored locally in individuals who shine forth Christ to the world, and they illuminate different facets of Christian maturity. I just want to say that we at Good Shepherd are so fortunate to be surrounded by local saints, Christian witness to growing up in Christ. So thank you. It's an honor to serve you as your